The Grand Blackwood Hotel stood on a windswept cliff, a lonely sentinel against the crashing waves. Once a beacon of luxury, it was now a skeleton of grandeur. Its windows were vacant eyes staring out at the world. Seagulls cried overhead, their calls echoing through the broken windows. The air hung heavy with the smell of salt and decay. Silence, thick and oppressive, clung to the decaying structure. It was the silence of forgotten memories and untold secrets.
Clara, a young photographer, felt an irresistible pull towards forgotten places. She chased stories whispered in the shadows, stories of forgotten lives and lingering echoes. The Grand Blackwood, with its tragic history and ghostly tales, was a siren call. Legends whispered of guests vanishing without a trace, of unexplained noises and cold spots. Clara, armed with her camera and a thirst for the unknown, was determined to capture its secrets. She believed the lens could see what the human eye often missed. The old iron gates groaned as Clara pushed them open. The sound echoed in the eerie silence, sharp and discordant. A shiver ran down her spine. Stepping into the hotel's grounds felt like entering another world, one where time stood still. The air grew colder, sending a prickle of unease across her skin. Clara raised her camera, the familiar weight a comfort in the unsettling stillness. She started with the grand entrance, its doors boarded shut like the eyelids of a sleeping giant. The interior of the hotel was a labyrinth of shadows and dust. Sunbeams, filtering through cracks in the boarded windows, illuminated motes of dust dancing in the stale air. Each footstep echoed in the cavernous space, the sound seeming to cling to the silence. A sudden gust of wind rattled the old windows. Clara swore she heard a whisper, faint and chilling, carried on the breeze. She quickly snapped a picture, her heart pounding against her ribs. Her eyes darted around the room, searching for the source. But there was nothing, or was there? The grand ballroom was a haunting spectacle of faded grandeur. Crystal chandeliers draped in cobwebs hung like skeletal hands from the high ceiling. The once gleaming dance floor was now a canvas of peeling paint and decay.
As Clara walked across the room, her footsteps echoed like ghostly waltzes. She raised her camera to capture the eerie beauty. Through the lens, she noticed something peculiar. A figure, shrouded in shadows, stood at the far end of the ballroom.
I lowered the camera, my breath catching in my throat. The figure was gone. Intrigued and terrified, I continued my exploration. A heavy, ornately carved door, locked and bolted, caught my attention. It stood at the end of a long, shadowy corridor. Something about it drew me closer. I felt an inexplicable pull, a need to see what lay beyond.
With a grunt of effort, Clara managed to force the rusty bolt open. A musty smell like that of long-sealed tombs wafted out.
Hesitantly, I stepped inside. The room was small and dusty. A single ornate mirror dominated one wall. Its silver was tarnished, its surface clouded with age. I approached it, drawn by a strange energy emanating from its depths.
As Clara peered into the cloudy glass, she noticed figures moving within. Their movements were jerky and distorted, like a flickering film. They seemed to be trapped, their faces contorted in silent screams.
My blood ran cold. These weren't reflections. They were souls imprisoned within the mirror's depths. Oh my!
Clara gasped and stumbled back. She raised her camera, her finger trembling on the shutter button. As the flash illuminated the room, the figures in the mirror turned towards her, their eyes filled with a chilling emptiness locked onto hers. Clara recognized them. They were the missing guests, their faces frozen in eternal torment. The room seemed to grow colder, the air thick with despair. The whispers intensified, swirling around her like a vortex of tormented souls.
No, no, no.
Panic seized Clara. She dropped her camera, the clatter echoing through the silence. Turning, she fumbled for the doorknob, her heart pounding against her ribs like a trapped bird. The whispers grew louder, laced with anger and despair. The figures in the mirror lunged towards her, their skeletal fingers reaching out from the glass. With a desperate shove, Clara threw open the door and fled. She didn't stop running until she was out of the hotel, the setting sun casting long, eerie shadows behind her. Clara never returned to the Grand Blackwood. The experience left an indelible mark on her soul. She couldn't shake the feeling of cold dread, the haunting whispers still echoing in her ears. The faces of the lost, forever trapped within the mirror, haunted her dreams. She tried to forget, to move on, but the memories clung to her like shadows. The Grand Blackwood had taken something from her, a piece of her innocence replaced with a chilling understanding of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of the world. Clara continued to photograph forgotten places, but the carefree curiosity was gone, replaced by a profound respect for the secrets they held. She knew deep down that some doors are best left unopened, some mysteries better left unsolved. And sometimes the whispers in the dark are best left unheard. For the Grand Blackwood, with its tragic past and imprisoned souls, remained a chilling reminder of the darkness that could lie hidden beneath the veneer of the ordinary. A haunting testament to the enduring power of fear.
Some doors are best left unopened.